4 years ago we found a boat that had been abandoned in the yard for over 15 years. We paid €1 for it and 3 years of full work and many more euros after. This is where we are at. Excuse my improvised office. This is our cabin. This is the future shower room. Many cables and things on the go. Neo engine and batteries. No walls in the engine room. The fridge is now our companion in the saloon.
Yep.
There is one sofa missing, but one has been built. Half of the galley is done, and even more is being done. You'll see that during this week's adventures, which are brought to you thanks to Stu.
Hey!
And here we have the only finished, or at least 90% finished cabin, which we are very proud of. And our guest room, storage room, and damp room. Cabin, sorry. So yeah, this week you will see what's happened with that freezer. Now I'll let you enjoy. See you later.
It's a pretty chaotic day. Lots of numbers, lots of thinking. 190. About there. So what I'm doing here is cutting out the vent for the back of the machine, or some people call it a fridge. Here's the vent. Something like that. Give the old girl a bit of breathing space. Then I can forget about that.
There's a cable, let me get it.
Okay. How's that?
Yeah, it's going through.
Yeah, perfect. A bit easier from this angle, so I'm just going to open up these holes, get the jigsaw in, probably put a bit of tape to protect the paint, and take it from there. So now the next thing is jigsaw time. Okay, thanks honey.
I still got a question.
Yeah.
Why aren't you gonna put a wall here?
Shit! Good one, my love.
Good one what? You were already cut, like when I've seen it, is when you had 3 cuts off.
Oh, Sailboat. I can put it in a bit. There's always something I don't remember. I even moved it more that way. See, here's my first line.
Yeah, that would have been a better line.
Oh, such an idiot. How far off it? No, there is it. Well, I'll come and have a look.
As Stu was cutting, I mean, he had already cut 3 sides. I just realized that he wanted to put a piece of wood here, like a wall, where he's gonna encapsulate the freezer. And I think the hole is maybe a bit too far that way for that wall to sit right.
What a moron. The reason I moved it more outboard is because I wanted the water strainer free. So there was nothing in the way of the water strainer. Oh well. How bad is it? Oh no, that's actually alright.
So if you put the button a bit farther in,
Yeah.
the wall will sit flush with that edge, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Fine.
So basically,
Pure luck. It's not because Stu is having all this into account, it's because he's a lucky guy.
I'm lucky because I got you, honey.
You've got, like we say in Spain, you've got a flower in your ass.
Skill and panache, but yeah. Would have been better because there's actually loads of space between the vents.
Great. Well done, Stu.
If I had gone with my original line, I wouldn't have needed to worry about it, but I didn't, so c'est la vie.
Check that, let's check that out, how good is, because we built that.
A little scarf joint, would you say? Wood fill it in there, and a lot of screws. Because I was also hoping that I don't hit a screw. And look at that. No screws hit.
That's pretty cool seeing it. That, you know, is so well. That is a good joint. Wood feel everywhere, no gaps. We had to use some wood that is not great wood, but
These ain't no great wood. That's what our floor's made.
yeah, but we epoxied it also.
Another reason why I wanted to go a little bit more outboard, obviously, is because above here goes the reservoir for the coolant.
Yeah, well, you're trying to find excuses now, but it was pure lag that you got it right. It was instinct.
Yeah, skill and panache, my love. Skill and panache.
So that's just so the compressor
Yeah, can breathe a bit.
can let some hot air into the engine room. Or the engine room can let some hot air into the compressor.
This is a sailing boat. We don't plan to use the motor at all.
Exactly.
Like that. How fast you go? 2 knots.
That'll do.
That'll do. Get a spinnaker out. I don't know how to work spinnaker yet.
Oh yeah, and check that out. We've got a door. Now that was done by Stu.
Because I got frustrated. The only reason I got frustrated is because I had an appointment and I wanted to get it all done before my appointment. And it turned out that I couldn't. So then I was like, I'm done with this. I left and Stuart cracked on with it and got it done. Just one little bit of chip on the paint.
2, but...
That I'll have to retouch. But yeah, it's good.
We're basically now in the mood of we just want to put as much as we can from the shed. Like, we just want to put stuff on, stop storing it, and put it on. Put it on. Not very nice inside there, but...
Not very nice at all.
But, yeah. That will be for another day.
So here's the mock-up. We are slowly getting there. I've got to take this big chunk to make some feet for under the fridge, so it sits higher up. And what I'll do is under the fridge have a plinth with a vent in it, and the vent is downstairs. Just a small little... And I know it's a bit like a home kitchen, but it just means I can remove the plinth, remove this piece here, and that means I can take apart that small board and remove the fuel tank. Bit of a faff, but you're not removing the fuel tank every time you fill up. It just means if we need to, we can, which I think's pretty good. So let me cut this piece of wood and show you what I'm up to next. Sorry about the noise, the neighbour's on the compressor. Okay, that's pretty square, so we'll use that as a good edge. Yeah, I think doing it with the jigsaw is A, quicker, and B, slightly better. Oh, that compressor's not going to get annoying after a while. Very good neighbour. It's quite a cute little vent. It's just to hopefully get the more airflow around the fridge, the better. So I've got this little vent, my 2 legs. Let's go upstairs and slowly start to get it all in situ. Here's the little legs. As you can see, this one is a bit big, but you can... Oh, mosquitoes are back! Yay! That means it's hot. Yeah, I don't mind it being a touch too big. I can always cut down or sand it. This is where the little vent will go. Not too invasive. Yeah, I think on the whole, I don't know exactly where the feet are. Yes, I think they need a little bit of work. There's a little vent. Shouldn't be able to kick that. Nice and easy. And we'll make this removable so we can get the floor up, as I've said many times before now. Is it gonna fit? Bit more sawing needed. Tiny slither off here, tiny slither off the top. So it doesn't need to be perfect because I'll give it a slight tab or put a bit of filler or sicker in the joint. Alright, I'm back. A little tight, but I think we can work with that. So we've got to get this lid off and freezer area. Couple of little bits to cut off here and some long battens to put on. Nice. Cool. The freezer box is in. Not in its place. Nothing is in permanently at the moment. It's all just dry fitted. But I honestly think that I've got one more piece to test just to see if I can slide the piece of floor out. But I think that's it. I think we could probably go as far as epoxying now, getting everything stuck on, everything screwed, glued, and from there we can then start backfilling the freezer section and positioning the box in its right place. Once all that's done, then it's literally a case of sliding the worktop in and screwing it down. I think maybe this is the eureka moment. I'm pretty happy. It's been a week of getting angry. I can put a batten there to hold in the far side of the dividing wall. Yep, so the only thing we've left to test is whether that piece of floor is going to slide out. And if that slides out, then I'm fairly confident that we can do this. And if we can't, we'll figure it out. So let's see if we can slide out the floor. These are all the battens that need attention. So if we pull the floor out, it slides out, slides in, and with the trusted bang, the floor's in place. That's brilliant news. I think we start going for it. I've been sat on the fence, umming and ahhing whether it's going to pan out, whether it's going to work, and I've just got to stop being a sook and just get it done. At least once it's done, I'll know whether it works. So without further ado, let's get epoxying. We're just going to pre-drill these holes on the frame. There's two screw holes and they will go here and here. So they are, in theory, no-go zones. So those are the screws in for the uprights. Taking all the pieces off that need gluing. Okay. Giving the edges a little rough up so the glue, the epoxy, can stick. A little bit nervous, mainly because once this is all closed up, this area here will be inaccessible. essentially we need to just make up a pot of resin and a pot of fairly thin wood fill, just to act as the bonding agent. Not a huge amount needed. Once on my last boat I mixed the lids up. That was a disaster. See in there. Wait. Dusty business. I've got my 2 little pots of sauce. I just give this piece a little pre-wet. I was talking away and hadn't hit record. Made this batch a little more liquidy. See if it spreads a bit better. Yeah, it seems to be running nicely. Wait. So. Wait. It's definitely easier doing it with the clamps. Okay, let's get this in. Seems okay. Now let's just give it a clear up. Ugh. Yeah, definitely a bit runnier, this one. Okay. We're now on this vertical one. That's those 3 pieces in. We'll leave them to go off for a couple of hours. I'm just going to take you outside and show you an experiment. This here's the insulation we'll be using. I just want to see if how it reacts to being stuck together with epoxy. Doesn't need to be exact. That's why it's called an experiment, just to see. Because I know polyester and foam, they don't like each other. I'm sure I've tried it before. That sort of goo I've got. And there we go. We'll see how that works. Until then, I'm having 5 minutes before I go to the next pieces. Yesterday managed to get these bits on. They seem pretty good. Pretty good. A little wobble in that bulkhead, but it's to be expected. The one I didn't get around to doing was this one. The heavens opened and we gave up. I mean, they opened. It's been a really wet winter and we're struggling with that. Amongst other things, got to go to the hospital today because Marina's got to speak to the surgeon. Yeah, so it's not been the bestest of weeks, but we'll get through it. And with these torrential rains, it's just not great. We're struggling a little bit, but what can you do? It will pass and everything will be okay. We've just got to get through it. Yeah, there's a couple of other issues, but at least we've got each other. So, whilst Marina's in the shower, so I'm going to see if I can quickly get that piece attached and hopefully that's mostly done its job by the time we return from the hospital. So let me stop chatting and do working. You know the drill, people. Paste and glue. So I'm going to leave this board here until it's screwed on, and then once it's screwed on I'll remove it, just so we don't accidentally stick it down. That will defeat the purpose. I made enough and taped the other side quickly just to cover that. Yep. Near enough. Okay. Oh no, one thing I forgot to do. Shit. There was to epoxy in there. Well. I won't tell Marina if you don't tell Marina. Okay. Now that that's on, let's just whip this board out the way. There we go. If in doubt. Yeah, that is that. Now I've just got to paint in here just to seal up the end grain before I put the vent on. I've also got to drill a hole for the power cable to the fridge. There was torrential rain last night. Today's beautiful. Tomorrow there's torrential rain. Yeah, we're definitely struggling with living and working on a boat. That will do, donkey, that will do. Whilst I'm here. Here was the experiment. I'm breaking the insulation, not the join. Let's try it. So I think we've established that epoxying sheets of insulation for the freezer will be sufficient. Yay, managed to get all that done pretty quickly. So normally we cover the wood in either G4 or epoxy, but I've got a bit of this epoxy left, so let's see if I could just do the underside. Because it's softwood and not some nice hardwood, there is always the possibility of moisture getting in. I don't know if it helps, but we'll give it a go. I might as well try and get this, what's it called, vent thing on today. And then I can forget about it. It's been sitting on the sofa.
Are you recording?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. A little bit of tape marks, but a tiny bit of sticky left. It's only been about 8 hours, if that. That'll do. Go on. So let's see. Oh, you're ruining my shot.
What?
Hey, go and sniff some acetone. Get
No, I don't want to sniff some acetone.
Okay, so
Oh no! I'm in jail now!
Okay. 4 minutes. As I said to someone earlier, 4 screws could either take 5 minutes or a few days. You know how these boat jobs are. Pow mal, light cigarettes. Pretty good. Guess where I am again, peeps? I'm here, in the galley. So this here board is the dividing wall between the freezer and the fridge. So essentially, we need to get that screwed on, dry fitted, yada yada yada, coated with epoxy, and that's pretty much it. So a couple of pilot holes, sling some screws in. The freezer, if you can see, you probably see just the corner here. It can't fit in once this wall's done. So once the wall's on, I've then got to basically backfill it with foam and spray mousse to sit it in right. So that's
Spray foam.
yeah. Oof, that may be worth putting the side panels in. Thinking about it now, people, it might be more tricky than it is. Or is it? I could get a couple of side panels in. Might have to be in 2 halves. Yeah, we'll be right. No point overthinking it. If there's a gap, fill it with spray foam. It's got a small nozzle fitting anyway. Foam and mousse. Yeah, that'll do. Takes the freezer, let's not overthink it, people. Victorians have been using them for years. Romans made freezers, and all they did was dig a hole in the ground. So I'm sure with modern technology and spray foam, I can get this done. Guess what, people? It's raining and I'm in the shed. I need to figure out how to backfill this freezer with the insulation and do it in a way that there's not too many air gaps. But I have got a load of so let's see what we got. These are only 600 wide and we need a triangle of 7 something by 7 something. So I'm gonna have to make, that actually could work out pretty good. I'll do the triangle but with a bit taken off, and then from there I can figure out something else to do. Let's cut a triangle, take it to the boat, see what happens. I still got my pad saw, sweet. Oh, it's going to be horrible work. So let's rig up the hoover. Who says you don't need a pad saw on a boat? Probably 99% of the people. But that might be beneficial for this job. Alright, straight edge, straight enough. Let's get marking. Okay, 780 by 750. 780. Okay, first piece cut. And it's kind of electrostatic, so yeah. Alright, let's get the hoover set up. So this has been the winter, this sort of rain. And I know we're working on the inside, but you know, you cut the foam in the shed, you walk 2 minutes back to the boat, and yay, you're soaking wet. And then you wonder why the progress hasn't been that great. And this is what brings you down. It's just constant rain. But it hasn't been cold, so you got to be grateful for that. And it's just ongoing. We had 1 or 2 good mornings. Yesterday was a good day, but most of the time it's just rain. And this is light. Tomorrow there's a storm coming. Yay.
And that is it for the week.
The end.
Yeah, that's it. Freezer's still not finished.
I've taken a bit of a step back lately, and I've been doing all this stuff, trying to sort out our lives.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, financially, bureaucratically,
spiritually.
Yeah.
The list goes on.
Yeah. Any finance experts out there that know how to make 10 out of 1, we'll be very grateful. Anyway, yeah, I think Stu's doing a great job.
Yeah, getting there. Hopefully over the weekend I can actually screw the lid down, the countertop, and then I can forget about it and move this fridge because it's very annoying.
We keep tripping on it.
We can't really, it's just, you know, we have like half a boat because the fridge is there.
Yeah.
It's a small boat as it is, let alone with the fridge in the way. So, yeah.
But you're almost there.
Yeah, that's it. By this time next week, you'll see the fridge gone.
I don't think that might be the case though, because in 4 days' time is my surgery. We've got some footage saved for that, so I don't know how long you'll have to wait to see that, but it will be soon.
Yep, very soon, hopefully.
Yeah. But thank you all for your support, messages, especially to me lately. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you for watching, subscribing. If you aren't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's free.
Yeah, give it a go.
Not many
Put the
things.
notifications on, little bell.
Yeah. Not many things free these days.
Yeah.
And obviously to our patrons and everyone who's been helping out.
Yeah, super grateful, as always.
As well. Thank you very much.
Thanks for people that watch.
Yeah.
Loads of people watch, it's crazy. So yeah, keep watching.
Lots of new people every week as well, so thank you, welcome. And go and check out our previous videos so you catch up with the story.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
see you next week.
Goodbye. See you next week.
Ciao.